Most people think eye contact is about looking at someone. It isn't. It's about making them feel looked at. And the difference between those two things is the difference between someone who makes a room uncomfortable and someone who makes a room stop. And the truth is this: most people get eye contact wrong in ways that quietly lower their presence in every room they walk into. Not because they're not trying, because nobody ever taught them what they were actually doing. You felt it. Someone holds your gaze a half second longer than expected, and something shifts. You feel seen. You feel like what you're saying matters. That's not charisma. That's a skill. And like every skill, it's built from specific learnable behaviors. What follows are 13 of them, grouped into 3 levels. The basics most people get wrong, the advanced moves that separate good from magnetic, and at the end, the ones that change how people experience you at a level they can't quite name. Part 1, the basics. What most people get wrong: stop staring, start connecting. Most people, when they try to improve their eye contact, overcorrect. They hold the gaze too long, too fixed, too hard, and what was supposed to signal confidence ends up signaling aggression. The person across from them starts to feel watched instead of seen. The goal is never to hold eye contact. The goal is to give it. The 60-70 rule: sustained eye contact for 60 to 70% of a conversation is the sweet spot. Less, and you seem distracted. More, and the intensity tips from confident into unsettling. The breaks matter as much as the contact. Look away to think, look back to connect. It's a rhythm, not a stare. Break contact sideways, not down. When most people look away, they drop their gaze to the floor, and that direction signals submission. Retreat. Breaking sideways signals something different. I'm thinking, I'll be back. One direction makes you seem smaller. The other makes you seem deeper. Most people think eye contact reveals confidence. In reality, it reveals comfort with being seen. Match the moment. More eye contact during emotional content, less during logistics. People don't just notice when the gaze is absent. They feel when it doesn't match the weight of what they're sharing. A wandering gaze during a hard conversation doesn't feel like distraction. It feels like dismissal. The entry gaze. When you walk into a room, make brief, soft eye contact with 2 or 3 people before you've said a word. Not a stare, a recognition. You've signaled presence before you've opened your mouth. The people you looked at will remember you. They won't know why. Part 2, advanced. What separates good from magnetic? The triangle technique. In close conversation, let your gaze move slowly between the other person's eyes and their mouth, tracing a soft triangle, not rapidly, not obviously, just a slow, natural drift. It reads as engaged, warm, and slightly intimate without crossing into uncomfortable. It's the pattern people fall into when they're genuinely absorbed in someone. The difference is that you're doing it deliberately, and the effect is identical. Hold the gaze 1 beat longer than comfortable, not 2 beats, not 3, 1. That single extra beat, the moment just past where most people look away, is where something shifts. Most people break contact the instant they feel the gaze becoming mutual. That retreat signals one thing: I'm not sure I should be here. Staying signals the opposite. It costs nothing, except the willingness not to flinch. And people feel that willingness in a way they can't articulate. But absolutely remember, the gaze before you speak. Most people look away to gather their thoughts, eyes down, eyes sideways, and then look back when they're ready to deliver. Reverse it. Before you respond to anything that matters, make eye contact first, pause, then speak. The sequence changes everything. It says, what I'm about to say isn't something I'm searching for. It's something I already know. Certainty, communicated before a word has left your mouth. Soft eyes versus hard eyes. This one is almost never talked about. The muscles around your eyes, not the direction of your gaze, but the tension in the tissue around it, completely change what people feel when you look at them. Tense eyes read as evaluation, suspicion, as if you're deciding something about them. Soft eyes read as warmth, safety, as if you're genuinely glad they're there. Same direction, completely different experience. Spend 30 seconds in front of a mirror, deliberately softening the muscles around your eyes. You'll feel the difference immediately. Eye contact on the keyword. In any sentence that matters, land your gaze on the person at the exact moment you say the most important word. Not before, not after. On it. I think you're exactly right. That was genuinely impressive. I've been thinking about what you said. The eye contact and the word arrive at the same moment, and the combination carries twice the weight of either alone. It's the difference between saying something and meaning it. Part 3, the ones nobody talks about. The slow blink. Rapid blinking is one of the most reliable signals of anxiety. It's involuntary, which is exactly why it's so readable. Deliberately slowing your blink rate just slightly below your natural baseline reads as calm, composed, completely at ease. Actors use it for authority. Negotiators use it for control. Once you know what to look for, you'll see it everywhere. And once you practice it, you'll feel the shift in how rooms receive you. Look at people like you already like them. This is the one most people skip because it sounds too simple. It isn't. Think about the last time you walked into a room where you didn't know anyone. Your default expression was probably neutral, maybe slightly guarded, scanning, assessing. That's what most people do. And that default reads as indifference at best, judgment at worst. People feel themselves being evaluated before you've said a word. Now think about the last time someone looked at you like they were genuinely glad you were there, before any conversation had started, before you'd done anything to earn it. Just a look that said, I already like you. You felt it immediately, and you probably liked them back before you knew anything about them. That's the shift. Before you make eye contact with someone, make a small internal decision. I already like this person. It changes the quality of your gaze in a way no mechanical adjustment ever can. Because people don't just see where you look, they feel why. The gaze that says you're not going anywhere. This is the last one, and the hardest to describe. It's not a technique, it's a state. It's the quality of eye contact that communicates without words. I'm not looking for the next thing. I'm not calculating my response. I'm not waiting for my turn. I'm here, in this moment, with you, and there is nowhere else I would rather be looking. You felt this from someone. You remember it. You probably don't remember what they said, but you remember how it felt to be looked at like that. That's the one. That's what all 13 of these build toward. When the techniques disappear, what's left is presence, expressed through the eyes, and that, specifically, is what people mean when they say someone is magnetic. It was never about the eyes. It was always about what was behind them. Here's what ties all 13 together. Eye contact isn't about your eyes. It's about what the other person feels when they're in them. Every one of these moves sends the same signal when done right. I see you, specifically, not the version of you that could be anyone. You. That signal, sustained across a conversation, is what people call magnetic. It's not a personality trait. It's not something you're born with. It's a set of specific behaviors that communicate one thing. I'm here, fully, and so are you. If this landed, the next video breaks down something even more fundamental, why most people can't hold eye contact in the first place, and what that discomfort is actually protecting. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and tell me in the comments, which one of these are you going to try first? Not which one you think you need most, which one you're actually going to do in the next conversation you have.